I even applied for Love Island for this season, but
Stop! Virtual reality.
All right, Jenelle Evans, Danny and I are so excited that you're here in New York City.
Yes.
You're in studio, and it's because you have something really exciting coming up, a big old divorce party.
yes, I do.
Tell us about that.
So it's at Spearmint Rhino and here in New York City, and it will start at 10 p.m. June 12th.
Okay.
And I'm really excited because the girls are gorgeous. It's a judge-free zone, and everyone can just be themselves.
I love the concept of a divorce party because I
Yes.
feel there's so many times where people stay in situations they shouldn't be in because they don't want to have the term divorce in their life, or like, I'm divorced, XYZ. What did throwing a divorce party help you kind of be like, no, this is I need to lean into the next chapter of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I have a lot of fans reach out to me all the time and asking, like, what was that step you took?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And really, I think it's just up to you, and you'll know when the time is right. But when the time is right, I mean, you should definitely celebrate because you're moving into happiness and peace and less anxiety in your life. And you can finally just be yourself without being judged.
That's why it's so funny. When I was in Vegas for Bachelorette, we went to Chippendales. People clap for the batch. People clap for the B-Day.
Yep.
The divorced girls going in there, they lose their mind for that. Everyone's like, there are divorce parties here. Like, because it is such a thing where people who've been through it, or are maybe even like thinking it in their head but not going through it yet, love people to like reclaim it.
Yeah. And also, I was in that relationship. I looked back for like 9 years.
Wow.
And it went by so quick.
Yeah.
And it's like everyone even remembers when we got together, and it's just like, that's why it's so like remarkable to celebrate that. 'Cause
Yeah.
it was a long time. It wasn't just a year or two we were together. Yeah, it was.
I actually can't believe that it was a total of 9 years. For you, what was the moment you realized, okay, enough is enough, I'm done?
I think, it was leading up to that point for a long time because we ended up like where we were acting like roommates. And we acted like we weren't even together at that point. And also him not getting along with the kids, but then he cheated on me with his ex-wife.
Well,
And those messages were published on The Sun. So, I mean, yeah, that was just, it went viral, and it was to a point where, I wanted to break up with him, and a lot of people are like, why didn't you leave sooner? And it was because we both own a house together, so you can't tell each other to get out if you're
Right.
both on it.
because like you were saying, having something exposed publicly, not the greatest feeling to go through, I of course would assume. But was that kind of where you're like, okay, this is actually the nail in the coffin? We're like, we need to put pen to paper because I can't keep on, now that it's going to be out and about.
I think for me, I thought to myself that he was always faithful to me no matter what.
Oh.
And it was like the first time I ever actually caught him cheating. Because, a lot of people share passcodes with each other and their significant other. I never looked at his phone since we were together.
Because you didn't feel like you had to.
Well, also, he kept a passcode on it that he never let me have. But he had my passcode, which I had nothing to hide. I'm like, go ahead, go through my stuff. But him, no. I was never, ever allowed to go through his phone.
Did anything else unravel after you found out that he had been cheating on you with his ex-wife? Did he cheat on you with others that you were unaware of? Because I feel like sometimes when you find out that one thing, it sort of snowballs, and you find out about all the other stuff someone was doing behind your back.
Well, I know that me and him separated in 2019 for about 3 months, and I went to Tennessee. And in that time I went to Tennessee and came back, I had a friend tell me that they spoke to David, and David was like, yeah, when Jenelle was gone, I had mad girls here at the house. And I was like, oh, wow. And we were back together at this time that he told this friend that.
Oh.
So I'm like, why are you saying that if we're back together? So to me, in my head, I'm like, what else did he do? And then his ex-wife thing came out, which was kept from me for a whole year until she finally released all the texts. And even then, he denied it. And I knew the reporter, and I said, can you send me the real screenshot with his number at the top? She's like, sure. She emailed it to me, and I was like, it's real.
And also for him to be doing that in the house you guys co-own together. So it's your,
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know. Yeah. Yeah, it was shocking.
Was there a part of it at all? Have you reached out to his ex-wife at all, or?
No, we don't speak much, and it's my stepdaughter's mother.
Oh, so okay.
So I respect that boundary, and me and her never really saw eye to eye. So.
How are the kids doing? I read somewhere that you said that they were pretty adaptable during the whole separation process, and everyone's in Vegas now. You have sole custody of Ensley. Like, how's the family unit amidst all
I feel like they're doing a lot better
Yeah.
in Vegas, and the reason being because like their anxiety's down. They feel like they don't have to walk on eggshells,
Yeah.
and they feel like they can freely express themselves without being judged.
Yeah.
And I do know because you got into New York yesterday and you toured the club, right?
Yes.
How was that?
Oh, I love it. Oh my God. I can't wait for everyone to come because it's like 4 stories. Like it just keeps going and going and going. And yeah, like the designs they have in there, the theme, like the vibe, everything is just, and it smells great in there, by the way.
Oh.
Like it smells
Okay.
so great.
We
That's
love
all
a
I
good
kept saying.
scent.
That's all I kept saying walking through.
I love that.
I remember that. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any idea what David thinks of you holding a divorce party? Do you guys have any contact at all today?
We don't have any contact currently, and I have no idea what he thinks about it. But he's probably not too happy.
And where are you in the divorce? It's about to wrap up?
Yeah. So basically, I filed for you have to be separated you have to be separated for a year in North Carolina
Okay.
and live at different addresses. Then you can get divorced. Because North Carolina thinks there might be a chance you guys might get back together. Then it restarts that clock.
You want to be like, can I show you the text from the ex-wife?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Can
Like,
we
please.
make this 2 weeks instead of a
For
year?
real. So I had to wait, and that year came up this February, and we filed. Now we're just waiting on the court
Okay.
to
And
just
how-
finally sign it.
Do you guys still have that house together?
Yeah, so we still have to go through our assets and assets and custody and
Because
Okay.
I know, I don't know if you're watching The Valley on Bravo, but Jax and Brittany
Okay.
on that show, they are separating, and then Jax just decided to not.
Oh,
be
I've
paying,
heard about that.
To not be paying the mortgage.
Which is so crazy.
Are you running into any issues with him for having his?
I've always paid the mortgage. He never has.
Okay. That
so,
makes sense.
Okay, that makes sense.
So if I don't pay it, it's not gonna get. The house will be taken.
Not
But
him not paying $1, but bringing girls there. behind
that
your
was
back.
and that was another thing. So another breaking point in our relationship, he did not want to save our house. And like back when COVID hit and MTV was like, we don't want to film with you anymore, when they took a break with me, I was waiting for David to step up.
Yeah,
And
hello.
we got like 3 months behind on our mortgage, almost lost our house, and he still didn't go get a job.
Oh my God.
And
This-
didn't try to, and then I caught up because I transitioned from MTV to YouTube, then to TikTok, then to Facebook. So I've been making my own like 5, 6 side hustles, and it's been I've been doing great. But like, if he just paid for one bill in that relationship, that would have showed a little bit of effort.
Yeah.
That you're changing,
Yes.
and that you care about your family, and like he didn't care to lose the house.
Did he ever get a job ever?
He did like underwater scuba diving cleaning, like cleaning
Okay.
boats. But then he said he got too many ear infections and he stopped.
Well, there's a lot of jobs above ground that won't give you an ear infection.
He was a welder and pipe fitter,
Okay.
but he
Okay.
has vitiligo and says he can't be in the sun, which I understand that. But at the same time, you gotta do something.
Well, he's picking a lot of jobs that stack against his his count.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And then he was making knives and he was trying to get into forging,
Okay.
and then it took him like 2 months to make one knife, so then he gave up.
Okay.
So, I mean, he's done a little things like that, but never stuck to anything, and never said, let me just go get a 9 to 5. None of this is working,
Yeah.
You can get an inside job.
How do we think he's paying his bills now? What's happening?
Well, who he's living with, his new girl.
Oh. Okay. He loves the
That's
sugar mama.
who he's shacking with, yeah.
Oh no.
She has no kids. And
Did you know the girl before? Like, is it someone you guys knew when you were
No.
together? Okay, that's good.
No,
at least.
yeah. No, she's very young, but you know what? She'll see his side,
She'll find out.
his real side soon.
Going back to that time in 2020 when MTV decided to stop filming with you guys, do you ever look back on that situation and the dog of it all and the drama and the tweets from him? Like, do you ever wonder like how your journey on reality TV would have played out had you not been with him?
Yeah, I think I would have had more opportunities that would have stuck, and I think I would have done a lot more positive things with my life because I was so focused on fixing my marriage for so long that now I'm finally focusing on myself.
Right.
I love that.
Yeah.
You must feel so good to be in that space right now.
For real, yes,
Yeah.
yes, definitely.
Obviously, I mean, we are talking to you right before you're throwing a divorce party, but Is the idea of marriage down the line something that still excites you, or are you much more trepidatious about it?
Well, if I ever got married again, first of all, I would get a prenup because I have too many assets now.
That
And
is
before
true.
I didn't, but now I understand it. And yes, I definitely need a prenup. But if I got married, I would have to be with that person for like 10 years before that. Because I was with someone for 9 and it didn't work out. So.
Okay, there we go. 1 more year is the charm. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I was with my man for 10 years before we got engaged.
That's true.
So
Yeah, no,
10
that's
years,
good.
you kind of know after 10 years.
What?
Well, I would
Yeah.
hope you would know
Exactly.
after 10
Yeah,
years.
and you
So-
gotta live together. You gotta find out like your icks about them, and can you deal with those icks? Like,
Do you have any red flags top of mind that you can call out now much more easily?
definitely. I've been telling everyone, like, I've been watching like Love Island and Love Is Blind, so like I know exactly like what I want and what I don't want for my next partner,
Yeah.
and it's easier for me to like cut guys off. Like,
Oh, okay.
way easier.
That's good because you
Yeah.
know from the jump. Like, what's
Yes.
something you're just like not gonna mess with right now? Like, if you,
Well, he has to have a job.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
that
that's
was
good.
it. And I know that's like so basic, but it's like, you know, once I get into what I've dealt with, then it's like, oh, she's taking care of like every guy she's been with. So yeah.
But you're watching this season of Love Island.
Yes.
Do you have favorites? Like, who are you obsessed with? The USA version, right?
I like Jeremiah
Oh, he's handsome.
and Huda.
They're cute together.
Yes.
I do like them. They're very
Yes.
serious.
Yeah,
Yes.
I like them. And then what's his name? Taylor.
Taylor, yeah, he's so
And-
cute.
What's her name?
I was really into Ace, but now Ace is kind of making
Oh,
me feel weird.
yeah.
I don't like the way he's treating Amaya.
No,
it's not for me.
yeah. No.
Would you ever go on a dating show?
I would.
Okay.
Ooh.
But see, I even applied for Love Island for this season, but
Stop.
yeah, but I don't know. But I'm scared. I don't even know if I want to go on it. But
Wait.
I would like to do like a Bachelorette type show.
Oh my
or
god, that's
Oh,
so.
were
Wait,
you-
I love that you applied for Love Island. Did you
I
hear
did.
back from anyone? Like,
well,
did you
it
make?
was. I did it just like a week ago because
Okay.
because you know, as it's airing, they're at the villa.
Right.
So
you
it's
could be a
like-
bombshell.
Oh, so you saw the guys. You're like, wait, I'm gonna.
You're like
Well, and-
Jeremiah.
yeah, and
Sorry,
also they're
Huda.
always looking for bombshells and girls to go in, and like people get eliminated and switched out and stuff. So I was like, might as well.
Oh my god, that's so fun. Okay, I do love that. What would your kids think of you being on Love Island?
Well, they don't watch it.
Okay,
So they
alright.
don't know about it, but yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, wait. Speaking of your kids, Jace, he just moved back to Vegas to be with you after spending some time with his father. Tell us about how that situation played out. I know we were talking a little bit about it before. But
Yeah. So basically, you know, I sent him to live with his dad because, you know, he wanted to, like, okay, let me try living with my dad. I said, okay, go ahead, do it. And when he did, he found out his dad's true colors, which his dad is still drinking too much. And then Jace is like, I want to come back home. So
But I really
he's
do
back home.
love. I love that you have a relationship with him where you give him the freedom to try it out,
Yep.
and then he figures it out, and then he feels comfortable enough to call you and be like, "Mom, so like, can I?"
Yeah, and I
Let's-
know when I was young, I didn't take anyone's advice. I had to learn from my own mistakes, which everyone saw that. So.
Yeah, a few times. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it is true where it's like that's how you could tell a kid to do so many things, or someone younger. You're like, they need to test the waters. Yeah.
Exactly, and then they think, oh, I've done this before, let me not do it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of someone having to tell them.
Yeah.
And speaking of things that you're very excited about, you were telling us that you have a lot in the pipeline of things you want to tackle next.
Yes.
Can you tease a little bit of that? 'Cause I know
Yeah,
you said there's some
so-
fun business adventures on the rise.
Yeah, no, definitely. I have 2 TV projects I'm working on, currently producing. And I'm also going to come out with a cannabis line later this year, so
my God.
that's exciting.
I'm obsessed. Have these 2 avenues been something, because of course you've been on TV for
Mm-hmm.
a long time, but has being behind the camera and like being more in the production mindset, has it been A, fun to do, and B, has it been something you've wanted to do for a while?
Yeah, you know, I've been film editing since, you know, I've been young, like since I've been in 3rd grade. So for me, it's a hobby, but it's also fun. So it could be a job, but I'm also passionate about it. And I like to produce things, put a story together, and edit film. So
Is it scripted or unscripted, or a little bit like...
the projects
Yeah.
I'm working on, unscripted.
Ooh, okay,
unscripted
fine.
reality.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
okay.
Teen mom adjacent or totally different?
Different.
Different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
exciting.
Wait, speaking of editing, I remember when you edited that video to TikTok by Kesha, your queen Kesha, and you were wearing the skinny scarf and we're
Yes.
bouncing around the house
Yeah,
and you were
okay,
having
so
so much fun.
The whole story behind that, everyone's like, why would she do that? Because it was my senior project. And my senior project was about film editing.
Yep.
So I showed my class like putting together a music video and how to do it.
So in North Carolina, it's called Senior Project because I'm from North Carolina.
Oh, yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
And so you have to pick one special focus, and you picked
Yeah,
film
like a
editing.
topic, yeah.
I picked music production, and I rapped a song.
Really?
They were
Yeah,
kind
that's
of like
worth it.
That's so funny.
maybe no at a different
Then
time.
she did you do it and she'll make the music video for
Yeah,
it.
there we go.
But it was actually
Do you have a
honestly
rap name?
kind of fun. No, I don't have a rap name. It was just Evan Real.
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
Okay.
Yeah, but oh my God, your Kesha obsession truly lives on on TikTok, on social media. Everybody knows
I
the
know.
scene with the feathers in the hair, and your
Yep.
very hot lawyer at the time. He was so hot. Your
I
lawyer
know.
was so hot.
I know.
Like,
I know.
where is he today? What's going on with
So
the hot
he's
lawyer
still practicing law.
in North Carolina?
Is he a divorce lawyer?
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
he's not.
damn it.
I'm in a different county.
Right.
So yeah.
What was his name?
Dustin?
Dustin. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Do you guys ever chat still?
We don't, but
Okay.
everyone's always like, Jenelle, is Dustin still practicing? I need to get out like a speeding ticket. I'm
Wow.
like, yeah.
You-
I said, go talk to him.
You get a referral code. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Are
yeah.
you excited for Kesha's new album coming out?
Definitely.
She's still popping,
Definitely. I love
yes.
her music. Every time she posts something, people always tag me.
Yeah, and one time she responded to
She
your
did.
fandom. Yes, she really appreciated it. I think she
Yeah,
said
she
you were
did.
the ideal animal, which is the name for her fandom.
Yeah.
That it really
Yeah.
was the animal spirit, being like, baby, I'm not going to jail. I'm going to the concert.
It was. It
Yeah.
was. And looking back on some of the decisions I made, I'm like, I just like want to close my eyes and look away. I'm like, I can't believe I did some of this.
But you can stand behind that decision.
Oh
kind
yeah,
of, right? Yeah.
definitely. I mean, I didn't go to jail, so.
That's right. And how was the
Yeah.
concert? So much fun.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
It was so great.
She's touring this
because
summer.
LMFAO opened for her,
What a
and they
time.
weren't that popular at the time.
Oh, so you saw
So
them
to
before they
me, it
blew
was
up.
someone new.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, they're really good.
Oh my God.
So yeah, looking back, I'm like, wow, it was worth it.
And I mean, it seems like you have a lot of really exciting and transformative things coming on this year. Is there anything else that
Mm-hmm.
you're very like excited to like jump into or lean into more of yourself? Well, in 2025.
You know, I just think like, focusing on different projects, like closing the chapter of Teen Mom, closing my divorce, and just being me without a man
Yeah.
beside me.
When
My fans aren't used to seeing that.
Yeah. Are you? And I mean, I feel like you're also your fans aren't, but I feel you probably aren't either. Like, what are you learning about yourself in this era of being single, where you're not like defined by a relationship?
Yeah, I think it's important to tell yourself it's okay to be alone.
Yeah.
Because for a long time I was afraid. I was afraid to be alone, and I was afraid to make the step to take care of the 3 kids by myself. But I did it, and once you overcome that fear, like you just feel great on the other side. Like it feels free. It feels nice to not be judged by like every little thing you're doing. You can parent freely without someone there trying to tell you how to parent. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
How are things with Babs today? Do we talk to
We're
her?
on civil terms.
Oh, wait,
yeah.
that's so great to hear.
Yeah. We're on civil terms, and she's she signed up to her recreation center where she lives, so she goes on trips with all the seniors.
Okay, that's fun.
Yeah.
Things just seem very peaceful for you, and you've been through a lot.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. It's like every experience I can think of someone going through, I feel like I've been through it.
Yeah, it's so
I thought about that the other day.
Do you keep up with Teen Mom still at all? Do you see things on social media?
I mean, I follow like Jade and Brianna
Yeah.
and Mackenzie, and I follow their TikTok pages, but really I don't watch anymore.
Because Amber's going through a lot on the show right now in her relationship
Yeah.
with Leah. So I don't know if you've caught any of that, and if you have any advice you could give Amber, because right now it seems like Leah just really doesn't want to have a relationship.
Yeah, I
with
feel
her.
like that Amber should have been consistent in her visitations, whether Leah wanted to see her or not. I mean, it could have been a quiet visit, but like, you gotta show the effort. You can't just be like, she doesn't want to see me, I'm going home, or I'm gonna stay home. Like, you have to show up
Yeah.
consistently. And but at this point, I feel like it might be too late. So I think the best thing would be to probably give her space, but don't like talk about her, and stop sharing, and like how I'm giving Jace space, and I'm trying to keep everything to a minimum, but now I have other people talking to the media, so it's like I can't control it, but right now Amber can control it.
Have you ever watched old episodes with Jace? Is he curious at all to see how things were when he was little?
No, he wants to be himself without
Yeah.
people recognizing him.
Oh, I see. Because that's
That
probably
makes sense
really
for a
weird
kid,
for him.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Isaac, now known as Elliot Kale's child, is also going through that now. He's
Yes.
officially changed his name, and he really wants to separate himself from what fans of his mom knew him to be on Teen Mom and the recognition and all that stuff. And now I think he's trying to be a TikTok superstar now. So
Yeah,
it's tough for these kids who grew up with cameras in their face, and then they're trying to establish their own identities.
Yeah, see, for Jace, he's kind of the opposite. He's introverted.
Oh, so
And I feel like with him being exposed so much, it made him introverted. And now he just likes to be at home and be a homebody, which I know a lot of teenagers do that too. So, I mean, it's fine. And I take him out. Like, he goes to work out with me at the gym.
That's great.
Yeah, we go to movies, we go to lunches, breakfasts. I take time out to spend it alone with him.
Yeah.
So I think that's very important too for teenagers,
It's
because
so-
it's like, as kids,
Right.
they always want to be on your lap.
Yeah.
But as teenagers, they kind of like want that
Nothing,
space, but you
yeah.
kind of got to be like, no, I still care about you. Come here.
And also, like,
Like,
you're still a kid, even though you don't think you are.
yeah, like let's go talk about this over lunch.
Right. And
Like-
now he's the age where you started your time on TV. Do you see any similarities between teen Jenelle and teen Jace?
I see a little bit of similarities, but also he's more introverted than I was.
Okay.
Because I feel like I was out more with too many bad friends, and I feel like he's more like, I'm scared of bad people, keep them away. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. And you were saying that there's a lot, obviously, people talk to the press and say things about you that isn't always accurate, or just like noise gets out there. Is there anything lately that's been going on that you wanted to clear up?
We already discussed it. Jace is home.
Yeah.
But that's about it. I mean, they were trying to write it as a bad thing, but I'm like, because I didn't tell the public, and I'm like, because I'm trying to give them space.
Yeah.
But now that it's out there, I have to,
as well.
I might as well explain.
Yeah.
So, but he's home, he's fine, and yeah, he's happier.
How's Kaiser?
He's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is so funny and blunt and
Aw.
yeah, sweet. He's a mama's boy.
Oh.
Yeah.
And Ensley, is she like a little mini-me? Do you see lots of similarities between yourself and her
definitely.
personality? Because
Definitely.
she looks just like you.
She-
It's so wild.
She's like the opposite of Jace. She wants to take TikToks with me. She wants to do my makeup. She wants me to do her makeup. She wants to do my hair. She wants me to do her hair. Like, she's just like, and she's like, let's film it all. And she's like, let's put it on TikTok. And she's always encouraging me to take videos with her. And I'm like, wow, it's just the complete opposite.
Yeah,
It's
that is
crazy.
amazing.
And do you feel, because you were saying that you hustled by forced nature of pivoting to like YouTube and Facebook and everything, but a lot of people say like after something like that happens, do you feel you're almost like making more money now than you were on Teen Mom?
And yes, and also you can control your narrative, whereas, you know, I mean, I'm always open and honest with everything I
No.
say and do. I have nothing to hide. I don't paint a picture perfect, you know, scene for anything. But when it comes to other people, that's what they tend to do. And me, I'm just so open and honest. I don't mind sharing that. So I feel like it was a good move for me, because MTV would just show bad. Even when we had good scenes, it just wouldn't make the cut. We sat there and filmed for like 2 hours at a time sometimes, and we would never see it on TV. And some of the other girls are noticing that's happening now.
Oh.
And I'm like, I know.
Well, they're trying to figure out those ratings, probably.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And they
yeah.
just keep dwindling down and down. And you return. I mean, that's the truth.
No,
but
yeah.
you returned for a little bit, and then you didn't come back. What happened there? Because it almost felt like we were about to enter a Jenelle renaissance on
Yeah.
Teen Mom, and then it just
They just stopped contacting me, and
they just stopped contact. They ghosted
yeah,
you.
yeah. They basically said, we'll let you know if we're going to film again, and they didn't let me know,
Oh.
didn't let me know why. They just said, we don't know where we're at right now with the show, and we'll let you know if we want you back.
What the hell?
Wow.
That's kind of crazy.
I'm still under contract too. Yeah.
Are you serious?
So you
Yeah.
can't do other, or
Well, they said I can go do other things if I want.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if they want you on the show,
I can still go back.
oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Would you if they?
I don't know, because it's like toying with my brain, and then what's edited, I'm not involved in the editing, the producing.
Yeah.
Even when you suggest scenes like, oh, this would be good if we film this, they don't care, like, your
Well,
consideration at all.
that is why you're busy and you're booked and you're producing your own
Yes,
stuff.
exactly.
You're making some cannabis.
You're celebrating your divorce.
And you're celebrating your divorce. I don't even know if you have time to film. I mean, it'd be fun stuff to watch film, but that's why we could follow you on social and everything.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
why I was like, if I just take a cameraman with me everywhere, I'll edit it into something.
That's right.
I love
Something,
it.
yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much for stopping by. We were so
thanks,
excited to
Jenelle.
talk
No
to
problem.
you.
Thanks, you
Yay.
guys.